Smash Ultimate is a game. A fighting game. Full of Nintendo characters like Cloud and Joker. The premise is pretty simple. I'm more of a visual learner, so this is the best way to describe it.
Something's gone wrong.
Every character has a unique playstyle. No two characters are the same. Visually. You got the small boys, the big boys, the zoners. If you aren't familiar with the term zoner, it means a character that all your friends will love playing against. There are characters that require tech skill, which is a fancy term for mashing A when you're being comboed. And if you can't find a fighter who fits your playstyle, there's more to come in the form of a DLC Fighters Pass, which is a fancy term for a horde of 12-year-olds harassing the game's creator on Twitter. There are two main types of gameplay for you to enjoy: casual play and competitive play. Unless you're on Elite Smash, then you'll probably also just be playing casual. In casual play, the chaos has no limits. A never-ending barrage of items, Pokemon, assist trophies, and final smashes adds to the fun of up to 8 players duking it out on a variety of wacky stages, which is a fancy term for standing in the corner until the Smash Ball appears. In competitive play, a grueling one-on-one battle ensues. With no items or stage hazards to aid players, they must rely solely on their character mastery to win the match. How do you win, you ask? Generally, you must take your opponent's stocks, which is a fancy term for saying you JV3'd someone with Duck Hunt. Take all of their stocks, win the match. You must hit your opponent into one of the 4 blast zones, utilizing your character's moveset and a variety of tactics, like gimping, which is a fancy term for fighting against Little Mac. You can also win by having a life lead when the clock runs out, which is a fancy term for maining Sonic. However, most matches end when one player's stocks run out, or when the Smash Wi-Fi network crashes. But the true hype of the game comes in those sweet, sweet character reveals, which is a fancy term for the Smash community arguing for the next 3 months. Literal dreams come true as the Chad Sakurai introduces beloved franchise's most iconic characters, except for Corrin. And if you think the Chad Sakurai stops there, you couldn't be more ignorant. Bow down to his mastery of gaming as he wields 2 Pro controllers and teaches you techniques you couldn't possibly recreate, and then flexes further by counting in binary, which is a fancy term for flicking off those fucking idiots who spammed Waluigi tweets at him. The battles never end, with over 100 stages to choose from, which is a fancy term for playing on the same 9 over and over if you play competitively. And the music, a legendary compilation of timeless melodies that are instantly recognizable to the ear, which is a fancy term for actually considering looking like a complete nerd in public, carrying your Switch around as an MP3 player just to hear that sweet audio chocolate of the Pokemon soundtrack. Want to take a break from the grind of matches? A variety of modes will distract you for 30 minutes, which is a fancy way of saying 20 hours if you can soldier through the entirety of World of Light. Fan favorites like Home Run contests are pretty much the same they've always been. Except this time, you get to beat the shit out of Sandbag with a WWE Firecat. For those who are truly dedicated, solo maining a fighter is the path for you. Sink all of your practice into a single character to learn every single nuance possible, and if that character is a low tier, possibly become one of the most respected players in your circle, or the most made fun of. And if that gamble of glory or ridicule is too much, you can always just main a top tier, because at least then, you'll always just get made fun of. But why stop at one character in a game with over 80? Become a one-of-a-kind player with a unique arsenal of fighters you play, each having their own strengths to cover the weaknesses of others, like having a Dr. Mario, Jigglypuff, Ganondorf, and Robin, with a Pocket Joker to cover literally every matchup in the game for them. Your wildest fantasies come true on the battlefield, where the craziest matchups possible unfold before your very eyes, like Marth fighting Byleth, Pikachu fighting Baby Pikachu, Mario fighting his Dino Horse, Video Game Robot fighting Video Game Robot, blonde anime-looking JRPG protagonist with sword fighting blonde anime-looking JRPG protagonist with sword, a god versus a god, and a 2D man taking on the world of 3D, trying to find his place in life. And so, what are you waiting for? Jump into the world of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate today and become the best Mii Sword Fighter main there is, surpassing all 6 of the others. And remember, have fun, because without fun, you'll just become like everyone else in the Smash community, driven by rage and anger at a game they continue to play regardless. Super Smash Bros. Is the best game ever. If you play it, prepare for bad weather. Casual fun or playing for number one. Salute to Sakurai like we fit salutes to the sun.